This is your daily market review for Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Let's go. Hey everyone, this is my channel to help investors and traders develop a probability-based mindset to succeed. Also try and keep friends informed of what's going on in the markets and the economy, and also a little real estate content as well. This is Dan Max at eXp Realty, aka the Trading Agent, and this is your daily market review, Tuesday, September 5th, 2023. Hopefully you had a great holiday weekend. If you get a chance, check out the options and weekend market review videos. Great live videos on the options one. I think a lot of people enjoy that. And not surprised by the market today. I mean, going into the close here in the last couple minutes, I'm watching it getting liquidated. As we talked about in the Discord room, if you're paying attention, we expected some pops today. New money, new month comes in. It did. Is it holding up? Is it getting distributed? It looks like it now. It's starting to feel like more and more that last week was just to rope a dope, bring people in, get the market higher so they can unload into. We will see the next coming days. Keep in mind, we do have options expiration next week. Wouldn't be surprised if, again, the lower highs get sold, market dumps, and then you get a little choppy action potentially next week. But let's get through all the evidence because there's a lot of stuff going on. If you're new to the channel, check out the Discord room. A link is in the description below. I appreciate it. If you're newer to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Again, the Back to Basics education trading videos are great if you're newer. All sorts of fun stuff on the YouTube channel and also on thetradingagent.com. Back to Basics education series for more beginner to advanced videos. And if you haven't used the link for 5.3% high yield savings accounts with Marcus, love it. I recommend it. I use it. I wouldn't push something. I don't even push. I'm just recommending. I'm like, if you're not getting paid at least 5% in your savings, what are you doing? All right, let's refresh this. It was 94% on Monday. It's probably somewhere in the 90s again. Yeah, I mean, they're pausing the next meeting. Bitcoin, look at it pop. Then it flopped again. I'm telling you, something's not right here. Risk on is not acting right. Oil spikes. Some rumors, some Middle Eastern, Russia stuff. Again, I've said this and I've on record, long period of time on record this. I expect tons of OPEC cuts. I expect OPEC to try to keep oil as high as they can. I just don't think it's a sustain. I think it's demand destruction will eventually take over. You will get back into the 50s at worst. You're not getting probably negative futures prices like you once had, but you're going to get some pain. Be on red alert for a trap up here. Natural gas, not confirming. UNG get blasted today. Now, one of the things we talked about to know when the markets might be starting to get a little squirrely is volatility in the dollar. Look at this. Ripping back to new highs. Breaking out. I've said this, and again, I'm on record saying this. A lot of people think the dollar is going to fail and the dollar is going to get crushed. I think the last move of the dollar is to rip higher because everyone else is going to fail too. Or just the idea that people want to denominate in dollars for the last scared bit and the price of the dollar will move higher and the market makers and smart people will unload unlimitedly when they're done. Does this make sense? Right? Think about like the top in any move. It has to rip tremendously higher. It doesn't just fail when everyone agrees on it. That's why I keep telling people, like, if you think the dollar is going to fail first, don't be surprised if it rips lips. TLT, we told you, take profits once it started to get around the 20-day, went a little higher. I mean, this is the thing. I expect it coming back. Maybe needs to retest. I don't know, OPEX. It could chop around. I would just, again, volatility in the bond market starting to move a little bit. I anticipate ultimately that it will go somewhere back close to the lows. And then after that, who knows? The VIX, we talked about it. People are like, oh, you can't short the market. It's like, man, you're literally getting the best opportunities with the VIX at the low end of range. Keep in mind, right? The VIX, we told you, this thing was showing red alert signals. We were like, this is a trap down here. It felt like a trap. And look what happened. SPY going into the close. What time is it exactly? Got 5 minutes left. Said, could this be a trap on Friday? Do all gaps have to fill? Not if they're professional gaps. Warn folks. Watch the close here. Looks like we're closing near the lows. Let's see what happens tomorrow. QQQ rallied back up towards 379 and change. An inside day. Again, this is the thing that I'd be worried about if I was bulls, because now you look at the IWM. Look at this. Gap trap over the 50-day. Ay, caramba. Not good if you're bullish. Again, the market's about to close. We're closing at the low of the day. Not good for some of these names. Dia. Yeah, another one we talked about. Watch this 3-day range up here, chopping around, breaking below the 50 and 20 days. This is not what you want to see. Then you throw in gold. We said gold, silver, the miners typically leave because they're a liquidity-based trade. Look at this. Gold backtest trend line, fail. Look at today's action. 3-day range, gap and go below the 50-day. Well, how about silver? Silver is a good indicator, right, of leading. Oh my God. Gap and flop. We talked about it getting back up here, and I'm on record again. Let this stuff play out. The best time to buy metals will be when the Feds pivot. Miners can get absolutely destroyed. I had folks scared to buy the dust in the like 10, 11 range, and look at it. We talked about, again, GDX, back testing the trend line, 50-day. Look at today's action. Failure. GDXJ, another one. Getting the 200-day, breaking, professional gap down. This looks ugly. AG, are you with me? Right? Going nowhere. A lot of these names look like just nothing. Dead money. AEM, here you go. Here you go. Hits the 50-day. Failure. Newmont, which we've said has been lagging, which would be a lot of concern for a lot of names, as it should be. Not going anywhere. PAAS. This name is not acting well at all. Like, if miners and the metals get smoked, I mean, this might be a single-digit stock, which would make sense. And then you can pick it up for the cheap. All right. So the market is closing here in literally 3 minutes, but that's fine. Let's go through it all. We're going to jump into the tech. Taiwan Semi, probably not going to get too big of a, I mean, you might get the last 10-minute close. We can look at it. We talked about it. Dead cat bounce, rally. Look at this. Can't get over the 100-day. The Micron, what do we say? 71s, right? Like, get up here. All right, now you've got your chop top. Keep an eye on it. AMD, we said this is a gift if it gets over 110. Look, hit the 50-day. Short, in my opinion. NVIDIA, watch this. I don't think it's coming back to 500. Everyone believes it is. It looks like it's stuck. It hit the 1.618 fib extension, and now it's just baselining. The Intels, watch this range up here. I mean, you can't be bullish on this candle. You get this gap up, and then you get this long wick. Like somebody just said, screw your gap up. I'm setting you out, son. SMH, same thing, chopping around. I mean, very head and shoulder-ish, like double head, double shoulder. Keep an eye on it. Adobe said, watch today's candle, because if this is a left-right combo, it's not looking combo-ish, but you do have a doji at the highs at a fib. Keep an eye on it. Apple, everybody says, oh, it has to fill the gap. But again, if it's a professional gap, does it? Does it? Doji? Inflection point? Amazon. The Amazon fanboys are in my, just coming after me pretty hard, which, again, I welcome it. We talked about it. If you go check the monthly out, this area matters. And if you short it up here, and then we talked about the first dip gets bought, they think it's going to 150, 160. Good luck. Not at all. Not going to happen. Not, especially if the market has what it's to do. CRM, we talked about this. Again, another sign of weakness. We talked about gapping up on earnings and giving it all back. Look at today's action. Not looking so hot. Guggenheim, riding the lightning of the channel high. Is it ready to fail? I don't know. Meta, getting stuck here, 20-50-day. Again, when market's kind of flatlining, chopping around. Yeah, D at the low of the day. SPY's holding up a little better. QQQ a little better. IWM and D look like absolute dog poo. Microsoft rallied today, which, again, I mean, we talked about this. This bounce at some point. Look at the lines. Watch the 335. That would be, to me, a gift. NDAQ, come on. Why can you not hold up? What a piece of crap. Again, we've talked about the future of trading on exchanges is not the NASDAQ. Sorry. Tech is trash. People are like, oh, tech's always around. It's like, no, duh. Tech is always around, but the volumes will dry up. Momentum is lost. MicroStrategy, we talked about it failing up here. I mean, it's coming back to 320 at some point. Netflix put out alert on this one around the 453 plus area. Look at this. Watch this area. Could it 2 or multiple-day range? I don't know. Roblox, you're welcome. We talked about when the market was going to start to probably weaken, you might see a little bit of what? Short covering a name that's absolutely gotten blasted. Now you're up to 29. Could you get up to a little higher? I don't know. Tesla, some folks wanted to short this. Again, be patient. We said we held support. Now what? Let's see what happens in this area. Just let it play out. Don't be in a rush. Letter X. Yeah, materials look a little interesting. Watch this. Let's go into them. Some new core we talked about. Getting stuck up here at the range highs, backing off. Caterpillar put out an alert on this one. Said, if you get anything over the mid 280s, short it. Look at that. That looks amazing. That is what you want to see. A bull trap, close at the low of the day, take out yesterday's low. Now the volume could be higher, but again, the market's holding up. Keep an eye on it. VALE, nice rip up, and then look, watch the 100-day. Some of these material names don't look that great. Arrow, chopping, watch the 100-day. See you later if it does. Uranium's been holding up. Good old CCJ riding the lightning of the channel high. Be careful. Today's action is, it's wide and loose. Wide and loose. That's all I can say about CF. I don't know why it popped. Probably some sort of upgrade, but look at this. This is not the action you want to see on an upgrade. Gap up, close at the low. Mosaics didn't care. NTR didn't care. Right? They're not looking that good, you know? Chopping. I don't know. AA, we talked about dead cat bouncing. But man, I mean, we hit our zone. Decent volume down here. But then we're backing it right out. Be careful. XLFer. As we talked about, fills the gap. This zone, and then what? Look at this big red, I wouldn't say big, but decently red candle. Are we heading? Are we heading? Are we heading? Be careful, right? JP Morgan, we talked about this one dead. It's just had nothing. Look at this. Look at this, making new lows. Red alert. Morgan Stanley, we said this thing was dead cat bounce too because it got 95 down to like 82, 83. All right, now it's engulfing back down. Goldman Sachs, talked about it holding trend, bouncing. Uh-oh. This is where sometimes you got to be careful. Sometimes you get double bottoms and trend line bounces. Don't trust them, especially if the market doesn't look that great. Look at the KRE, close at the low of the day. Somebody knows something. Post it in the Discord room too. Something's not looking right. Check the HIG. We'll check it in a second. Look at that, hits the 20-day. I mean, I'm hoping to see 47. Couldn't even do that, right? XBI gets up into the 81s. What happened? Uh-oh. You see what I'm saying? Like, I mean, you can be bullish all you want. It just doesn't look good. Interesting. XLI, industrials. Look at this. Oof. IYT, the transports. Oof. Oof. Hits the 20-day fails. You're still bullish? Look at the housing names. Oof. Oof. Oh. Okay. Well, let's end it. Let's get on solar, right? That looks good. No, dead cat bounce stuck at the 20-day. Look at ENPH. All these names, they're not going anywhere. ENPH, Sedge, bleh. First solar was interesting to me again because we talked about anything in the 190 plus area. It's a short. You got the best entry on Friday. Keep an eye on it, right? HYG, I posted this, said something doesn't seem right. Because you get up to the range highs and then you do what? You dump. And we're coming down hard. All right, oil, we talked about popping. We'll end it here in just a little quick, just a little chat. Today's action, multiple. It might be exhaustive. It could be exhaustive up here. Just be safe. Be careful. Be thoughtful. Be smart. UNG, again, I said lay off of this. Look at this. Oh, down 40 cents today. Ouch. XOP, red alert. Red alert. High volume, not huge volume, but higher volume. Tries to break out of the range. Is this a novice gap? If you are long oil and gas names, do not let your guard down. Do not let your guard down. ExxonMobil, look at this. Closes at the low of the day. You got to be careful. Occidental held up pretty well today, right? But it got back up into the range. Keep an eye on it. I'm trying to warn you guys. I don't trust this stuff. Again, there'll be time to buy. Trust me, there will be a time to buy, but I don't think it's now. PXD holding up into our range. XDiv today, interesting. What they pay out? $1.89. Okay. I mean, that's pretty solid action holding up. We'll see what if it holds. Again, a lot of these names, you have, I don't know what's the best way to say it. You have different, like things aren't all acting well. EQT, a lower high, and Flex LNG, chop, chop, flop, chop, chop, flop. All right. If you have any questions, please reach out. Leave a comment below. I really appreciate all the love, support, the generous donations. Again, when the student is ready to teach your peers, your hopefully tuition bill is going to be much lower than mine. If you want I will do more live videos on any topic. I love the psychology of trading because I really think that's what people don't realize is like no matter how smart they are at trading, they seem to fail because they can't follow the rules, they can't follow their disciplines. There's some subconscious wiring that needs to be adjusted. And if you need to tune up, you need to talk about it. Let's get into it. But also, if you want to talk about options, if you want to talk about other things, here to help you guys always. Let me know what I can do. Check the Calendly link. Take 30 minutes. We can chat. Again, hit me up on any social media. Appreciate any shares as well. Always much appreciated. All right. I will talk to you guys and gals later. Hey, thanks for watching. If you have any questions, stop by the Discord room. A link is in the description below. Also, if you'd like to help support more free content, the PayPal link is in the description as well. I appreciate your continued support of the channel.